Here we are again in the Worm's Crag Cavern. This is still the day of release, and I'm gonna do my second Mortimer Slayer task. You can see him over there. So, one issue is getting here, sailing here all the way from Deep Fin Point is just not gonna be doable. That's like a 3-minute trip. So I went ahead and finished the Fallen Angel quest to unlock this Worm's Crag teleport, and it teleports you up on the mainland, and that's a little better. That's like probably 30 seconds to get here, but I just remembered we, instead of buying Slayer rings, since these will teleport us right here, instead of buying them for 75 Slayer points each, which is kind of a ripoff, we can actually make them for pretty much free. So this is 150 Slayer points, and I think we're gonna need this ring bling in the future anyway to make ourselves a eternal Slayer ring if we get the eternal crystal drop. So yeah, we'll make some of these when we finish this task, and we can just hop on over here. I think it teleports you like right there, so that's gonna be nice. Well, let's just see what task we get here. Well, that's interesting because we got crawling hands with a reduced number last time, and we got worms here, so that's kind of interesting. Maybe they don't all shuffle. Maybe you have to, the ones you don't choose stay for next time. Yeah, that might be the case. We'll just see, but I know for sure I don't want to do these, even though they give pretty good loot. I just want to try to see if we can roll something else, so we're just gonna go decimate some crawling hands, probably at the Slayer Tower, and all of his tasks involve Slayer monsters that do have a chance to summon superiors, so that's another win on him. But of course, the main reason we wanna use his tasks is one day we're gonna be able to unlock the ability to get that extra superior Slayer monster spawn chance or whatever. And you know, actually never done this before, but I think what I'm gonna do is ooh, maybe not. Yeah, I don't remember. I know that's in the wilderness, I'm pretty sure. So maybe that's Edgeville, but I'm not gonna mess with that. I don't want to accidentally teleport into the wilderness, man. So we'll just rock a sailor's amulet, and there's a furnace right at Deepin Point, so we can make some brand new Slayer rings. Let's go ahead and get ourselves to the Slayer Tower. Well, you know what? Let's just use a Slayer ring, because I did buy one. Probably didn't need to, but we'll just go ahead and teleport to the Slayer Tower. Well, would you look at that? That's pretty nice, I'll have to say. So, like I said, there is a chance we can get a superior crawling hand, but I think they have like the lowest drop rate for the imbued heart, which makes sense. These are like entry-level Slayer monsters. I mean, we're just like annihilating them. I forgot my expeditious bracelet, but it honestly doesn't matter. We'll just go from room to room, clear it out here. Prioritize these smaller guys, because I think they have less health. Let's see. Yeah, these smaller ones have less health. They drop leather gloves. Well, what would you know? I think they also drop rings too, which is kind of funny. Reminds me of the thing off of Wednesday. I like the original movies, but I am a big fan of the Netflix series, specifically season 1. I watched that a few times actually. I like that kind of humor. It's pretty funny. Probably would say my favorite scene was when Wednesday's brother hung out with her for a day. They sat on a dock, and Wednesday, well, her brother said something like, I'm sorry you're feeling down, Wednesday, so I brought you your favorite fishing gear. and he opened up a box of hand grenades, and so they just casually threw some hand grenades in the water, like dynamite fishing, sort of. Alright, well, that was a fast task, and look at this guy. He's got, like, demon skin. You tend to see a lot of high-level players, on update days, I notice. So, okay, that makes me happy. They do shuffle, because the Kurasks went away, so that's good. These are both increased Slayer points, or added Slayer points. Okay, so it's in between 80 and 120. I'll have to select it to see what it gives me, but these are great money, but I just really want to get to Custodian Stalkers, man. Turoth. So, funny thing, we can use our Slayer ring again to go right to, the Fremennik Slayer cave where the Turoths are. But, me being me, I'm not even wearing my Slayer helm, so we better, like, put that on. And, I don't think these things are gonna damage us, really, so we'll just elk that. Well, we're doing 106. I'll bring my bracelet here. That should be enough charges, and I'll just bring some combat potions, although I don't know if I'll need this. I'll just bring it, and so these Turoths here, I do believe they can only be killed with leaf-bladed weapons. And funny enough, this leaf-bladed battle axe is actually better than the sword, even though you can just simply buy this from a Slayer master. The sword, yeah, it's kind of rare. You have to get it as a drop, so that seems a little backwards, but we're fine with it. I'm guessing they're weak to slash. I try to only train strength when I have to, because it's just so easy to do strength all the time, because it's the best combat style in most cases for DPS. Don't need this stuff anymore. That was for the quest. arms crack, I don't know. We'll just get a bunch of anglerfish in case we need them in our pouch. But, like in one of the mud collecting videos I did, you can turn this into like a eternal slayer ring. It's an upgraded variant, and it won't consume any charges, so that's great for the mud runs and any account really. But you saw it teleported us right there at the cave exit, and we would just hop on out and we would be next to that fairy ring. So I think we're gonna want to attack the smaller guys probably. Pot up. I might even try it on defense. Okay, so we are taking damage, but sometimes I like to just leave piety on, so I don't have to flick, but maybe I can get away with like that or something. Piety not only increases your attack effectiveness, like your DPS, but it also gives you pretty good defense bonuses. And so, I have it off. Well, I can't show you right now, but probably should have brought more anglerfish. But we do get a lot of limp words here, so we'll definitely want to fill the inventory up with those. I think that Avento seed, I might toss that to free up space, but wouldn't hurt to keep for now. Dwarf weed, that's a good one. Belladonna, that's kind of niche. That's used to grow nightshade, which is pretty much only used to make like weapon poison, I think. But then in extreme niche situations, you can use nightshade for poison dynamite, which is like, you'll see like some like wacky accounts will use poison dynamite to like maintain like 0 combat stats or whatever. You won't get XP for killing creatures with poison dynamite. So like you can't buy poison dynamite off the GE. You can't buy Nightshade off the GE. So like even if you're a main account, like a lot of people are that do these wacky things, like level 3 fire capes and stuff. You gotta make all that stuff by hand, and it's pretty tedious. Like sometimes they'll need like a crap load of the poison dynamite for whatever reason, and well, good thing I brought my defense potion, cause that might just barely get us 2-hour goal of 100 and whatever Turoths. I'll definitely be burning through this food, that's for sure. Probably gonna wanna really stay up, like pop my defense potions a little early so it stays up there, because I think we're gonna be right on the wire here with our health situation. You can't bring a dwarf cannon in here, otherwise this would be cake. It's like the dwarf multi-cannon is like just so overpowered for Slayer, and I think Jagex knows it, but what I don't understand is why they added granite dust that you can coat your cannonballs in, and I think it'll make them hit harder or something, and like the cannon's already really OP. Man, I couldn't imagine if they, like when the sailing update dropped, I can't imagine if like they made it so you could load dragon cannonballs in there. Man. If steel balls are hitting like 30s, I don't even know what dragon would do. Cactus seed. I'm gonna have to. Well, depends on how dry I go on this imbued heart, cause I haven't even messed around with making using magic potions, and they give you a pretty decent boost. Nothing like the imbued heart, of course, but you need potato cactus to make those magic potions, and as far as I know, I think you have to grow them, because I haven't seen any. So I'll have to try to make a point of planting some of them potato cactuses. I just have regular cactuses planted, which I probably shouldn't have done. Probably shouldn't have. They give you cactus spines, and really you only use that for, like, I think weapon poison plus, which, you know, you can get quite a bit of XP, but honestly I probably should focus more on useful potions, that you would just throw them away. Like, I can't imagine you getting much for them off the G if you drop traded it to your main. I wouldn't think there would be any market for them, any demand, unless if you poison like rune daggers or something and alch them. Maybe they alch for higher if they're poisoned, I'm not sure. That would be all I could think of. Or if you need weapon poison plus for a quest or something, but I doubt it. I'll just pop back up here, because don't want to get too low. We're already halfway through the task, so we're looking pretty good. This fighter torso here, man, it just looks awesome. And it's classic too. I mean, it's one of those things you would see Zezima wearing in those photos of, you know, you see like just hordes of people following him and taking pictures when they saw him in game way back in 2006, you know. He would have I remember you seen some pictures with him with a fighter torso and dragon plate legs, and then like no helmet, and like maybe a Legends cape or something. But when I went into Barbarian Assault rather, to get this torso for the first time, I was really shocked to see like how stupid all the other rewards look. Like there's like this hat that's like a tentacle with an eyeball sticking out of it, and like, I think, believe it or not, it's like out of every head slot item in the game, it gives you like the most stab bonus or something ridiculous like that. So like, you will see players wearing it from time to time. lot of the mobs in Barbarian Assault look kind of dumb too, and I'm not a big fan of the queen, or the penance queen. In a cosmetic, like, you can get the penance queen as a pet, and it's a pretty big flex, but it's just, I think the pet just looks so dumb, or the model for her anyway, like, in general. Forgot my bone crusher, but these are just small bones anyway. Well, I think they did a pretty... I'm liking this Worms Crag update. So far, I mean, it's nothing real big, just like they said, just like they wanted. They just wanted a simple island, player created island. And looking at Worms Crag today, it just becomes more evident that I went completely overboard with my player designed island concept. You could tell they were pressed for time in some ways. Like, the new mineable rock that came out is called Sunstone, and it's it's just like a vivid yellow solid rock, and that they used from, just all the normal mining rocks in the game, which is fine and all, but that's the kind of thing that really helps to crank out updates, is to reuse assets like that. It's just a simple new rock called Sunstone that I think is just used for the golem crafting thing, which I haven't tried out. But I mean, there really is no reason to make like a whole new rock 3D model for that. But I could see how it would be easily confused for gold. It's a similar color to gold rocks, Of course, it's nothing, I'm not complaining about it, it's nothing really that important, but just kind of rambling. I was afraid they wouldn't add any worms to Worms Crag, but they did, so that's good. So we now have more options for worms layer tasks, and worms in the worm's crack cavern can be cannoned. Like, if you can put a cannon in there, man, that'd be great. I really want me some dragon knives, and worms drop them. They drop them at a pretty high rate, but like I got 2 dragon harpoons, 1 dragon sword, and like another dragon item from worms, and I haven't even killed that many of them. And it's a 1 in 2,000 drop for dragon knives and those dragon pieces there, so you just never know, you could get lucky. But the only reason I want dragon knives eventually is because I think it would be fun to spec out Arams and full range void with dragon knives. I used to do it on my main. It's pretty satisfying. Doesn't beat dragon claws though, but that's probably not gonna happen on this account either, ever, or for a long time. And I'm not necessarily wanting to spec out Arams with dragon knives because it's the fastest method. It's really not. It's just the funnest method, in my opinion. Like, give me an excuse to, use some of these cool weapons that really have no serious use anywhere in the game for PvM, like the heavy ballista. I want to get that and, kill me some giant mole with it when he's down 50% health. Like, again, not meta to do that, but still kind of a cool idea. I have like 3,000 dragon javelins. Just gotta get that monkey tail, man. I'm not gonna bother potting up. We're doing so good on our health. I was worried a little bit at first, but we're pretty good. You can see they use the leaf-bladed battle axe animation for the zombie axe. I never used the leaf-bladed battle axe, or noticed the swing animation until the zombie axe came out. I thought they made a new animation just for the zombie axe. Let's see if this thing has any other. Oh yeah, okay. So it is the same as the zombie axe, because the zombie axe does have that attack too. I think it looks alright. little more than the swooping attack or whatever. You know, like these drops will stack up here. It's not too bad. Just put a cannon in here and imagine the carnage. My God. Well, I'm already smiling, excited for what the next task holds. We want them stalkers, and then when we're done with the stalkers, I'll do any task, honestly, because gotta get that imbued heart, so there won't be any rush to, like we're doing here, just trying to get these out of the way for another roll towards the stalkers. But that's the thing with Mortimer, is all these tasks have a chance at the superior spawning, so at the end of the day we're still, the RNG gods might smile down upon us and give us that imbued heart or eternal gem. Imbued heart is preferred over the eternal gem, but I wouldn't mind the eternal gem. I wouldn't be mad at it. Okay, so we're done. Yeah. But if I got that imbued heart, I don't think I would care for an eternal gem, because I probably wouldn't use Mortimer anymore. I guess, I don't know. Maybe I still would. Alright, Worm's Crack Cavern. It's just that simple. Still not too bad, but I thought it would spawn us like right here, but that's alright. What do we got? Whoa, I haven't done these yet. I could get the Aquanite Hopper. Well, that's a tough one. Aquanite Hopper. Didn't even think about that. Aquanite Hopper or Antler Guard. I'll have to do some research on that, but what have we done in this episode here? We did Crawling Hands and Turoth, so I'm gonna do some research and see. It's kind of nice, you can just close this panel and it'll... Well, anyway, I'll see you again for the next one. I'll